Hello and welcome back to another popcorn chat. I hope you guys are doing well. In this video I'm speaking to you about A Kind of Kidnapping. Written and directed by Dan Clark, we follow this young couple who are stuck in a financial situation. They decide to kidnap a sleazy Tory MP and hold a ransom that will allow them to escape their static lives. Patrick Baladi, who you may know from The Office, plays our creepy Conservative politician. Kelly Wannam, who you may know from Double Date, plays Maggie, who is this woman who seems to be drawn towards these bad boys in society. And then we have Jack Parry-Jones, who you may know from The Crown, who plays Brian, who is very much our voice of reason in this film. Or is he? So let's get into some positives of this film. The character development is well written. It has the space which allows these various people to have different story arcs and allow them to develop as people. And we get to see that within the course of this feature film, and it's done a lot better compared to a lot of indie films where they don't have that writing nor the capacity to allow for that space. The main three characters feel grounded and familiar, as though we were to know them in our day-to-day life, as friends, people in society, or people we see in the media. With independent films, there's always going to be a small budget, and this normally leads to limited locations. However, they were able to use various locations up and down the UK, which helped to elevate this film and beat my expectations of a typical indie film. The performances of the main three actors were great. I think without them, this film simply wouldn't work. I really like the editing in this film, and using that non-linear sort of plot really helped to develop those character moments and to allow you to see as an audience what was in the past, but also not giving you too much, allowing you to sort of make your own decisions on these characters, and it really added to the plot, and that's something that was done really well within the editing. In terms of the negatives, I think some of the comedy didn't always land for me. There were certain jokes, and the tone of that humour wasn't something that I really felt was appropriate at times, and I'm sure if you've seen it you'll understand what I mean by that. I was laughing throughout a lot of this film, and I think the actors really sort of bounced off each other's energy, but there were certain moments I was like, I don't really like that joke. I don't think it sort of lands in a sort of modern eye, and I was, pulled out a little bit in terms of some of the tone of the jokes throughout the film. As the film was nearing its last act, I did think it started to begin to drag. So when I saw this film at the local cinema, it was screened and was followed up by a Q&A with the director and the main three leads of this film. Dan Clark, the director, mentioned how it was a short film prior to this feature, and I can see how that can work in a very much confined time. Maybe when he transferred it into a feature, there was a little bit of padding to do between that second and that third act, so I think it kind of slowed down in pacing. But that's a very sort of minute negative that I have with the film. When independent film is fighting for its life here in the UK, A Kind of Kidnapping is the light in the dark. I have to say this is one of the better British produced indie films I've seen in a long time. I'm going to give this film 3.5 stars out of 5. If you've enjoyed hearing my thoughts and think this could be a film for you, you can check this film out on the 24th of July. It'll be available online. You can catch it on iTunes, Amazon, Sky Store, and Google. Thank you so much for watching this review of A Kind of Kidnapping. If it sounds like your film, go and watch it and then come back and leave me your thoughts down below. I'd love to read those. And I'll see you very soon for another popcorn chat.